Direct from the Six, world-renowned, Canada's largest city, with Canada's biggest thinkers, visionaries, and hustlers. This is Startup Talk, featuring the founders, funders, innovators, and community leaders who've led Canada's startup ecosystem right here in Toronto. You'll hear the challenges, the failures, the successes. Toronto's Startup Podcast gives you the full story direct from the entrepreneurs and influencers who've made a difference. Now, the host of Startup Talk, the founder of TorontoStarts, the Startup Coach.
What mix of skills do you like to see among co-founders? Graham, we'll start with you.
Good question. I think there's the old, I don't know, what was it adage, the hacker, the hustler, and something. I think for me, it's team chemistry. And how well do I think you complement each other, and how well do you disagree with each other? It's easy to meet a founding team that's all friends when everything is wonderful. When your back's up against the wall, everything is awful, and you're running out of money in 48 hours. How well are you actually going to come together? So trying to get a sense for what that dynamic looks like, the resourcefulness of the group on the whole. Typically I look for co-founder groups. I don't love solopreneurs just because everything I've ever done has been as a co-founder team, and I couldn't imagine surviving the building a company process solo. So credit to those that do. But honestly, resourcefulness, like when problems show up, how well do you guys come together and solve it? And oftentimes that's things like, oh, we need a prototype. So somebody figures out how to build a prototype in Figma or Canva or sketch it together with no code. Oh, where do I go find angels? Someone jumps on the internet and finds a list of 500 angels. Like it's the resourceful stuff that is hard to kind of, make tangible. And then someone on the team needs to have a deep, deep understanding of the problem you're solving. Doesn't have to be the whole team, but I'm like, if you're going to go solve healthcare, somebody on your team needs to have some kind of background or experience in the industry that you're attacking. Too often I meet people that have never worked in a space at all, and they're like, we're going to go revolutionize how hospitals work. I'm like, have you sold into hospitals before? Like, do you have any concept of what that takes? And sometimes ignorance is bliss and it's a superpower to open doors. Oftentimes it's just a nightmare of not understanding that there's maybe systems in there that you don't know about, or there's processes that you're not aware of. So industry expertise, resourcefulness, and gonna try, this is just a personal thing, but I'm gonna try and kind of fuck with the founders a little bit and see how they react if we put different people in the light at different times, or push them a little bit, or challenge them a bit, and how well do they come together? Because ultimately that's what's going to test you.
Jeff, what do you look for in the combo of founders?
Yeah, it's an interesting, I was going to jump in and say that it's going to be different for different investors, because often we're looking for things that matter, to us that may not matter to the next investor. And so as a founder, you can't really say, oh, what should I put together to make this investor love us? It's going to be different. I think the skill set that's mostly missing in a lot of founder groups that I've been pitched by is sales skills, sales ability. And sales goes way beyond, can I sell my product? Sales is, can I sell my company? Because that's what they're doing when they're pitching an investor. They're selling a company. And if I see that skill or talent or whatever, it's sometimes you're just born with it. That's a good sign to me, because I think that they're going to be able to get over some of those hurdles that happen early on, which is getting your first customers, getting your first investors.
This has been Startup Talk, Toronto's startup podcast. For more exclusive content, the episode vault, and to be part of Toronto Starts community, visit TorontoStarts.com. Get your name on the newsletter mailing list and check out our upcoming events. For more episodes, subscribe now. And please recognize the time and work behind the scenes put into connecting you with the biggest visionaries, entrepreneurs, and innovators in Toronto by leaving a 5-star review. Join us for more next episode from Toronto's most active entrepreneur and startup community on Startup Talk.